So, to begin, as y'all could see, I'm outside in the park. I don't have no cameras, no books, no pen, no papers around me. This knowledge is coming from right here because I do the necessary research, right? And this is what I want to share with the general public. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. This is Aidenthepayden, or you can use the abbreviation ATP, which means ATP actually it stands for adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate in medicine, like that's mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cells. Now, when we're dealing with the cells, the human body itself, biology tends to be the study of life. And any person that's literally studying biology is going to, in a sense, or automatically, it's like an automatic thing where they would develop the sixth sense for chemistry. And when we're dealing with biology and chemistry, you're also going to, in a sense, inherit this sixth sense for astronomy. I would like each and every person that's actually tuned in to the University of Cosmic Awareness to literally go and grab a pen and a sheet of paper, because this plethora is going to be intensified, and you guys will most likely need to take some notes when we are talking about properties or things that could actually alleviate a person that's actually suffering from HIV or suffering from AIDS. So when a person gets a full understanding of what's actually going on inside of the avatar, they will know how to, in a sense, let's say, self-diagnose themselves. Because what happened is like doctors and stuff like that would most likely diagnose you with something, as well as they would give you a prognosis, which a prognosis basically mean like they know when you're going to die, because they know the physiology of what this let's say foreign invader tends to be. And one of the things that we will be discussing in this video today is the HIV virus, AIDS, where it derives from, and actually how to get, or let's say alleviates this pathogen out of the body. So there's actually several ways how to alleviate HIV or AIDS that's within the body. For instance, if a person is actually suffering from HIV, that's literally in the body, but it's not in the bloodstream. But if a person is suffering from AIDS, now the AIDS is literally in the bloodstream. So how I figured this out, I'm a person, I like to do fortification, like fortified, to increase the natural mineral and ingredients of a specific substance or a thing that I'm trying to accomplish. So if I'm trying to accomplish, let's say, the cure, or to alleviate the cure, or to in a sense alleviate HIV or AIDS, we would have to understand the physiology of this. And what it is like, I've realized that a person immunoglobulin, I can't say this word for nothing at all, a person immunoglobulin, that's actually would be, let's say, a secrete form of a person's white blood cells. And in a sense, we already know what a white blood cells is, and the type of immunoglobulin white blood cells that's being secrete would be a B blood cell. See, what I've learned is like the site that's actually called the leukocytes. The leukocytes consists of your white blood cells as well as your B blood cells. But then we have the T blood cells as well. So what that simply means is like the body itself would have this. Let's say it would be considered an antigen, right? So we would consider an antigen. So it's like an antigen attack. So what that is like foreign invaders would like invade the body, and for instance, let's say pollens and stuff like that. When these pollens get inside, because you have to breathe, prior to the respiratory and the circulatory system. So you breathe and inhale these properties, and it's going down inside of your lungs, and it's like circulating. So we have this thing that's called an antibody. So what the antibody is like literally responsible for the B cells that's circulating throughout the circulatory system, because our B cells actually grows and develop. Well, not in the sense develop, but like they were born and grows inside of our spinal fluid, right? And then they leaves our spinal fluid, and now they're like literally inside of our whole circulatory system throughout the whole entire body. These are what you would consider antibodies, right? So these antibodies is in our whole entire body, and these antibodies is basically good because they're like B blood cells, right? These are our B blood cells that's circulating throughout the whole body. When we have an antigen is the secrete form of the B blood cell, meaning that the B blood cells are most likely out there doing battle or fighting to protect you. So what that is that creates the antigen creates an antibody reaction, right? Where the B blood cell would recognize a foreign invader or a pollen or these things that's called pathogens, and it would go and attack that. And when it goes and attack that, that would basically what considered an antigen response. So with the antigen response, now you just killed, well, in a sense, some of those B blood cells sacrifice themselves for you. The only reason why it sacrificed itself for you is because the T cells, which happens to be the other form of B cells, kill that B cells that was already infected prior to the antigen. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So you're trying to tell me that if the B blood cell's main job is to circulate the whole body, the circulatory system, identify a foreign invader, pathogen, virus, whatever it is, and when it identifies that, it would go and attacks that, and whenever it gets infected, then the T cells that lives inside of the thymus and trains inside of the thymus would comes, and the T white blood cells would literally kill the B white blood cells, and that would what's considered an antigen, an antigen response, because we respond in, and then if something should occur that's unnatural, we have backup to find the best ways to alleviate or eradicate that. And ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm not, I don't have any degree in medicine. I'm not a doctor. But you don't have to have some form of degree to have common sense and to study medicine and learn about the human body, especially when you're doing this thing holistically with herbs, natural roots and remedies that contains monosaccharide. And the whole breakdown of monosaccharide, simple as galactose, fructose, and glucose. You would normally get galactose from a pregnant woman. And fructose is from all of the fruits in the world, and glucose is from all of the vegetables in the world. So depending on what you eat, if the substance that you eat has too much pollen on it, this may create an antigen attack. And what that is like the antigen attack, your leukocytes is going to activate and so yeah. Your man ATP, Aidenthepayden, and welcome to another episode of the University Cosmic Awareness, ladies and gentlemen.